Australia just armed itself with the weapon China fears most. A $2.6 billion deal that changes everything in the Indo-Pacific overnight. The United States just handed over its most classified air-to-air missile to a foreign ally for the first time ever, and Beijing is paying very close attention.
In late November 2025, Australia became the first country outside the United States approved to operate the AIM-260 Joint Advanced Tactical Missile. This isn't your standard export package. We're talking 450 operational-ready missiles, 5 inert test units, and 30 guided test variants. Total price tag, $2.6 billion. Each missile costs nearly $5.8 million. That's expensive, but here's why Australia considers it worth every cent. The Royal Australian Air Force will integrate these missiles onto their F-35A Super Hornets first, then transition to the F-35A Lightning II fleet. Delivery starts in 2033, perfectly timed with Australia's broader military modernization under the AUKUS security framework. This deal represents more than hardware. It's a strategic trust signal from Washington. Australia is now positioned as a frontline defender of Western air dominance in the most contested region on Earth.
So, what makes the AIM-260 JATM so special? To understand that, we need to go back to 2017. That's when the Pentagon realized they had a serious problem. China had just unveiled the PL-15 missile with an estimated range exceeding 200 kilometers. Suddenly, the AIM-120 AMRAAM, America's workhorse air-to-air missile for decades, was outranged. Chinese J-20 stealth fighters could potentially shoot first and disengage before American pilots could respond. The Department of Defense immediately classified this as a critical capability gap and fast-tracked development of the AIM-260 as a direct replacement. Lockheed Martin designed the JATM to maintain the same physical dimensions as the AMRAAM. This ensures it fits inside the internal weapons bays of fifth-generation fighters like the F-22 Raptor and F-35 without compromising their stealth profile. But the similarities end there. The AIM-260 reportedly uses a dual-pulse rocket motor, allowing it to maintain energy at extreme distances. It's believed to feature an advanced AESA radar seeker with dramatically improved target detection, electronic warfare resistance, and guidance accuracy. By 2025, flight testing accelerated with the F-22 and Navy Super Hornets confirming full operational compatibility. The United States allocated nearly $1 billion in the 2026 budget to ramp up production. This missile isn't experimental anymore. It's becoming the backbone of American air superiority. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, China's missile arsenal. The PL-15 was designed specifically to beat the AIM-120. It's now standard equipment on J-20 and J-16 fighter aircraft. Range estimates put it between 200 and 250 kilometers with a dual pulse motor and AESA seeker of its own. But that's not what keeps Western strategists up at night. It's the PL-17. This ultra-long-range missile has an estimated reach of 400 kilometers. It's designed to destroy high-value targets like aerial refueling tankers, AWACS early warning aircraft, and ISR platforms. These are the assets that enable modern air campaigns. Take them out, and you cripple an entire operation. China's strategy is built around anti-access area denial, keeping American and allied forces out of key zones like the South China Sea and Taiwan Strait. Long-range missiles are the core of that strategy. When you map the ranges, the problem becomes clear. If China can engage support aircraft 400 kilometers away, while allied fighters using older AIM-120s can only respond effectively at 160 kilometers, there's a massive engagement envelope mismatch. The AIM-260 bridges that gap. With a range exceeding 200 kilometers, speeds between Mach 4 and Mach 5, and advanced networking capabilities pulling targeting data from AWACS and satellites, the ATIME restores balance.
Real combat data from 2025 showed PL-15 missiles performing effectively in South Asian conflicts, proving these aren't just theoretical threats. They're operational realities forcing Western militaries to adapt fast.
So why Australia? And why now? Geography tells half the story. Australia sits at the southern anchor of the Indo-Pacific, controlling crucial sea lanes where trillions in global trade passes annually. If conflict breaks out over Taiwan or in the South China Sea, Australia will be expected to contribute significantly. The AUKUS partnership, linking Australia, the United Kingdom, and the United States, provides the framework. This deal goes far beyond the nuclear submarine program everyone talks about. AUKUS Pillar 2 covers hypersonics, electronic warfare, cyber capabilities, and advanced missiles. By approving AIM-260 export, Washington is signaling that Australia isn't just a partner, it's a pillar of future Western air power in the region. Operationally, this transforms the RAAF's capabilities. Australian F-35As can now engage threats hundreds of kilometers away while remaining in contested airspace protected by stealth. The extended no-escape zone means enemy aircraft have far less room to maneuver once a missile is launched. This also dramatically increases interoperability with U.S. forces. Same missiles, same tactics, same networks. In a crisis, combined air operations become seamless. Regionally, this could trigger responses. Japan and India are watching closely. Both may pursue similar capabilities to maintain their own deterrence against Chinese air power expansion. Some Southeast Asian nations like Indonesia and Malaysia have expressed concerns that AUKUS militarizes the region. Australia maintains this is purely defensive, ensuring no single power can dominate the Indo-Pacific through force.
Delivery begins in 2033. That gives Australia almost 8 years to prepare integration, train pilots, and develop operational doctrine. But the implications start now. China's military planners must account for this capability shift. Their air operations, tanker positioning, and support aircraft deployments in the Western Pacific all need reassessment. The technological edge under AUKUS becomes harder to replicate. Export controls, intellectual property protections, and American dominance in miniaturized propulsion and seeker systems create barriers China struggles to overcome quickly. This also sets precedent. If Japan, South Korea, or other close allies seek access to AIM-260, approval becomes easier to justify. A network of nations fielding compatible long-range missiles creates a distributed deterrence architecture that's far harder to defeat than isolated national capabilities. The bigger picture? We're watching the transition from platform-centric warfare to network-centric lethality. It's no longer just about how advanced your fighter jet is, it's about sensor fusion, data links, and who can engage accurately from the farthest distance. Australia just leapfrogged into that future, and the Indo-Pacific balance of power shifted with it.
The AIM-260 deal isn't just about missiles. It's about who controls the skies over the world's most important waterways for the next generation. Australia made its choice. Now we watch how China responds. What do you think? Does this make the region safer or more volatile? Drop your thoughts below, subscribe for more defense analysis, and I'll see you in the next one.